Thursday and Friday and Saturday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. Pick up sliced Dietz and Watson's Deli Meat, freshly made Italian bread, and Lewis Dairy Milk.
Radio check 1 2 1 2.
Jessica's Juice is on Power 101.7.
All right, 8:35. Jess, what you got in juice?
Can you imagine this? A couple, you're getting your wedding photos taken.
Okay.
Central Park, New York.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Denzel Washington is just walking by.
Just taking a stroll in the park.
And he stopped, started talking with you.
Oh.
And maybe even posing for a picture.
Oh, okay. He stopped and he said, hey, I'll take a picture with you guys.
Yes.
Look, I always like that, man.
So, if you want to have like some good luck, it's Denzel there, right? To pose and do selfies and all that good stuff. Him and his wife, they actually been married for 37 years.
Wow.
They have 4 kids together. So he gave them some advice. And this couple was just so happy that they're able to share this experience.
That's all right.
Denzel Washington.
Nice.
Also, Stephan A. The headline here says that Stephen A. Smith is roasting James Dolan for acting like a child.
Okay.
So, Madison Square Garden recently kicked out a fan who wore a Ban Dolan shirt to a Knicks game. Stephen A., we know he's legendary. He's a wonderful broadcaster.
One of my faves, actually somebody I looked up to, I have looked up to over the years.
He's also a huge fan of the Knicks. Unfortunately, he says they don't give me much to cheer about lately over the last decade. But this year, they have fresh air, fresh meat, things like that. But he says that it was unbelievable that James Dolan was acting like a child and got this man kicked out.
Okay.
He was not happy about it as well. He says, I'm so disgusted. I don't even know where to begin.
Well,
they have a grown man as an owner who's a child.
Here goes the audio.
One thing I want to get your thoughts on, Max. As limited number of fans are being allowed back into the Madison Square Garden, the drama in the Garden is back too. On Tuesday night, a fan posted a video being kicked out of MSG by arena security for wearing a Ban Dolan shirt. We know that James Dolan has a well-documented history of kicking out individuals who are critical of him and the job he's doing with the Knicks. The fan later posted a photo of the actual T-shirt. And MSG spokesperson told the New York Post, our policy is and will continue to be that if you are disrespectful to anyone in our venues, we will ask you to leave. Max, go.
That is the dumbest thing I ever heard, and it's infuriating because Dolan thinks you're dumb. Hey, Knicks fans, Dolan thinks you're idiots, apparently. What? It's disrespectful to have a Ban Dolan shirt? Are you not allowed to boo players now? Are you not allowed to chant, let's say, fire the coach? Is that off limits too? Because that's the equivalent of Ban Dolan. Why does it even say Ban Dolan in the first place? Why Ban Dolan? Because Dolan is banning fans. That's why there's banning stars like Charles Oakley from the team. That's why there's even a Ban Dolan thing in the first place. This is an appalling abuse of power. It's within his power to do this. That's why it's abusing his power. It's a petulant bully abusing his power. And you would think that if your daddy handed you everything you got in this world, you would approach owning the Knicks. You've done a horrible job owning the Knicks, by the way. They're a laughingstock almost every year. You would approach it with a little more humility and maybe a little more sense of self and even maybe a sense of humor about yourself when in a sporting arena, a fan with no profanity or anything just makes a joke. People are serious. They want you gone, Dolan. Knicks fans want you gone. You're awful. But Ban Dolan. And think about this, Stephen A. This is what I mean about the Knicks. Every time they take one step in the right direction, 2 steps in the wrong direction. Leon Rose, World Wide West, Thibodeau. Everything's looking good. People are feeling good. They're going to go get a star. This will always happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the worst owner in the NBA, Jim Dolan.
That was Max Kellerman's response. I love Stephen A. I like Max Kellerman.
Oh, my gosh.
They're great.
So do I. But, yesterday we talked about this a little bit. And I did say, if he's part owner, if he's...
Yeah, and this was my stance.
Madison Square Garden, and, that's a private establishment. If
he
role,
owns the team...
And
he owns Madison Square Garden, which he does.
And he's calling it abuse of power. Oh, I guess it's abuse of power then. If
You wouldn't be able to wear a ban Bill Baker shirt in my house.
Right. He has the right.
You know, you wouldn't be able to wear a ban Power 1017 or ban Bill and Jessica when you come in this building. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Mm-hmm. A public place, okay, fine. But I don't know. But I see both sides. I do see this.
I'm so disgusted, I don't even know where to begin. Thank God we don't have much time because I'm scared of what I would say today. Max Kellerman, what did I just say 2 weeks ago about the Knicks? I said, Leon Rose, hell of a job. He's doing a hell of a job. Worldwide West, William Wesley, helping change the culture along with my man Scott Perry, the GM. Tom Thibodeau. They are changing the culture. They are a 500 team. If the playoffs were to begin today, they would be in it. And what does this? I said, as long as this man just stays the hell out of the way. And what does he do? Once again, the child that is supposed to be a grown man that owns the New York Knicks steals headlines from the basketball team because of his petulance and his thin skin. It is embarrassing. It is just so, it ticks me off so bad because once again, here he is getting in the way. James Dolan doesn't realize that when he does stuff like that, it makes it harder for Leon Rose and William Wesley and others to do their jobs because you have to sell the New York Knicks as an attractive commodity because they have a grown man as an owner who's a child. He will not grow up. So what? I don't recall Dolan throwing out a whole bunch of people when numerous coaches of his and fans would chant for them to be fired. It wasn't disrespectful then, but since they aiming in your direction, suddenly this is. And by the way,
no profanity.
And by the way,
nothing like that.
Doesn't it make Charles Oakley even that much more believable about how he said he wasn't really saying much to James Dolan, but Joe Dolan took it that way? This is the problem. A national embarrassment.
Want to know why KD and James Harden and Kyrie are in Brooklyn? I give you Jim Dolan.
All anybody's asked for him to stay the hell out of the way and let the basketball team do what it's doing.
So there you go.
Uh-oh.
There you go. That's hilarious.
And then real quick about LeBron James.
Right.
How long will he be out?
You okay? Do we have an answer?
Possibly. Now we know that he's in great shape. He has taken great care of his body.
Right.
But usually with an ankle sprain, high ankle sprain, it's usually between 4 to 6 weeks is about the average when you have an ankle problem. So that's not good for the Lakers. However, they will now have to spend over a month of basketball without their leader.
Okay. 8:43, Bill and Jessica. Here's Young Blue. Good morning.